Is baby number 2 on the way? Y'all, how is your intercourse life during and after your current relationship, especially as a single mom? Okay, so what do you have left to offer outside of intercourse? Let's talk about it. Ooh, y'all not hearing me. If you can't show up for yourself, you cannot show up for other people. And I don't care who that is. I don't care if it's your boyfriend, your child, your grandmother. Hey NAYvy, welcome back to my channel, loves. So we are back because I posted on Instagram to ask me some questions for a life update. And if you haven't seen part 1, definitely just go ahead and pause this video, go watch part 1, and then come back to this video because I spilled some tea. I gave a real update. Like, we talked about pretty much everything in that video, and I let you guys know that I did want to do a part 2, really getting into like the more personal and vulnerable type of questions, because yes, I did spill the tea. Like, if you want the tea, go ahead and watch that video because that was like the little juicy Q&A. I mean, this one's still juicy, but it's more so like let's talk about it type questions. So really, I noticed a lot of questions were just about the dating scene and the dating pool and how it is where I live and how it is being a mom, all of that type of stuff. And I felt like it was actually really important to talk about this and just my experience personally, because people don't really talk about it. You kind of just go with it, or if it happens, it happens, or if you pop out, you pop out, which I did recently pop out in a relationship. But a lot went into it behind the scenes, not like a lot of work, like,
oh, I'm searching for a relationship, like, oh yeah, we're gonna get this done, like,
not in that sense, but I'm saying like a lot of personal work, personal growth, personal experiences that I did or didn't expect, all surrounding dating. And I've learned a lot before I even got in the space that I am in now. And I don't want to just pop out just happy in a relationship as if dating is just like a smooth, effortless, easy thing that just naturally works out with or without a child, no matter what your circumstances are. Like, let's get down to the real deal of it. Let's get down to the real tea of dating as a single mom. But don't worry, we are going to get to some tea in this video too, because people have been speculating a little something. And so yes, I will be answering that. So watch the whole video. Once again, like I said in the last video, some of the questions are kind of repetitive, so I'll kind of like group them together. The first question is dating much harder to try after having children, and how is mom life and dating? So dating is interesting after having a child. Like, I feel like it's like one extreme or the other. Like, it's either men or women, whatever your preference is, whether you're a male or a female watching this. But whoever you're trying to date either is like super attracted to someone who has a child, or they're like super turned off by it, or like, I don't know. It's like weird. It's like they don't even try to pursue you because you have a child, so they already think like, oh, she already got a situation going on, I'm not even going to try to tap into that. Or it's like they like that, like they're attracted to that. Like they think motherhood is like so cute. Like they think it's so like, it's like a thing. Like, I don't know if it's like a trend or like an aesthetic or a vibe that people have this perspective of it on. I don't know where they get that from, because it's definitely a job. It's a task, an everyday commitment. Like, it ain't all cute. Like, no. But my point being is that when it comes to dating and being a mom, I've gone through my different phases of it being hard. But the other times when it was like easy and it wasn't really like a thing, it was like I wasn't even like into the person for real. They weren't even really like invested into me being a mom for real. Or it gets annoying because people don't really get being a parent. Like, if you're not dating someone who's a parent, it was almost like annoying having to like explain that you can't just up and go, or you can't just, no, you can't just pick me up right now. Like, could you give me a heads up? Like, if you are a parent, then you know. If you know, you know. You gotta give me a heads up, like, so I can plan for this. Like, especially for me as a single parent, like as a single mom, that's the part that makes it like annoying. And it got to the point where I was just like, you know what, I don't even want to deal with this. Like, I don't even want to have to explain nothing to nobody. Like, I don't want to have to keep asking for someone to watch my child so I can go try to pursue something that I don't even know if it's going to work out. But then there were the other times where it's like, it's probably worth me, you know, getting a babysitter or finding someone to watch him just so I can step out and pop out and look cute to potentially find someone, or maybe this potential date is my future man. Like, I just didn't know. So it was weird to navigate, but it can be navigated, and I feel like in the right picture, it will just work out. Oh, and someone asked, also, is the dating scene in Atlanta really as trash as they say? Planning on moving there. Let me say, y'all, before I bought this house, I literally was considering moving out of state. And obviously for the more realistic reasons like cost of living and change of scenery and all that other stuff. But one of the factors was the dating scene. Like, I was really like, I don't think I'm gonna find my husband in Atlanta. Like, I was really just like, after the things that were at the top of my list for considering where to move, like, dating definitely fell in that thing. Because it is important. I mean, that has to do with, you know, your lifestyle and all that type of stuff. And so it's like, what type of men are you interested in? Where will you find that type of man? Like, Atlanta just got played out to me. And I was just like disgusted by everyone in Atlanta and just, it was just like, So, like, everyone has a different experience. Also, like, I'm still in Atlanta and I'm in a relationship and it's not like that at all. But so it's like, if you find your person, you just never know what your person could be.
In the midst of everyone smoking hookah and drinking drinks at the club, your man could be in the corner reading a Bible scripture.
You never know. You never know. But yeah, that's my take on Atlanta specifically. I want to say before I read this question, once again, I'm not any type of relationship expert. I'm not like a pro in this. I'm not perfect. Like, I'm not in a perfect relationship, but it's working for me. I'm happy. It's healthy. Yeah. So, how do I keep a relationship stable without being selfish? Now, that is a really, really good question. Because especially coming from a phase where I was in the selfish stage, like, I was putting myself first, and I still am. I think that's the key to everything. I think that's the answer. Like, I feel like nothing's really wrong with being selfish, but you also just make sure you find balance and don't let it, like, overpower the relationship. Like if that person truly loves you and cares for you and your well-being, they'll understand that I need to give that person their time, their personal space, allow them to be selfish in certain moments. But as long as you're still showing up for that person and showing, you know, the same amount of love that you show yourself to them, then that's the balance that is needed in a relationship. Like, there's nothing wrong with being a little selfish. I feel like that's my personal take on it. Like, or even if you include each other in your selfishness. For example, my man randomly took us on a pedicure date. And even that in itself, we weren't talking all caked up the whole day. Like, we were both in our own zones enjoying it. I think he dozed off a little bit while he was getting his feet massaged. Like, but we were there together. But it's like those little, you know, acts of just kindness and like showing up and caring about each other's self-care. I feel like if you want to be selfish at certain points, that other person should understand, if that makes sense. Because you have to be right within and still have self-love before you can even give that out to anybody else. Like, okay, so I guess I kind of already answered this. I'm a new single mom trying to figure out dating. When should you introduce your child to your partner? Okay. Wait, so I didn't answer that. Okay, let's get into these questions. Let's get into this. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay. Here's the juicy ones. I got a lot of questions. How soon until boyfriend met Kyson? Have you let your boyfriend meet your son, and when do you plan to? Okay, y'all. So, have you let your boyfriend meet your son, and when do you plan to? Also, how is your boyfriend when it comes to your son? So let's talk about it, y'all, because it's so easy, especially on social media, to just present something however you want it to be presented. Like, with me, for example, like, I haven't posted any pictures or videos or anything of us all together or of my boyfriend meeting my son or anything like that. But to answer that question, yes, he has met Kyson. Actually, he's the only guy I have ever like introduced to Kyson. as long as I've been dating. Like, as in introduced boyfriend, girlfriend. Kyson's met tons of friends. Like, I've had guy friends who obviously they've met, and like, I'm not saying he hasn't met any like guys or whatever, but that's on a friend level. But it's crazy because my boyfriend actually met Kyson for the first time on a friend level. So like this time around, because if you watch my first Q&A, you know that we've been friends. Like we've been knew each other like for years and years. So he has met him before, but on a friend level, not in that type of space, if that makes sense. So this time around, he has officially met Kyson from a relationship perspective, of like the lovey-dovey perspective. Like Kyson sees mommy is in a relationship. Like he's old enough now. He's 3 years old. He sees the hugs, like he sees the kisses, like all of that. And that is a big step. So I understand why y'all are asking, like, how do you know when the right time is? Has he met him? And how is he when he comes to him? And so the first time meeting, like, it was great, y'all. And honestly, y'all, it was so natural, so great. My boyfriend just has a natural, like, nurturing demeanor about himself and energy that he's just like that. Like, he's very, like, delicate with me. So I'm not gonna lie, like, I already had high hopes, and I knew that Kyson was gonna receive his energy in a positive way. And I wasn't failed, like, at all. And I'm so happy about that, because it's nerve-wracking. Like, as a mom, that I've never introduced anyone that I've dated, even if I thought there was some potential in it. Like, it didn't even really, honestly, it didn't even cross my mind for real, because no one even got that far or that important to me into my life to even want me to introduce to Kyson. It's either they weren't interested in, like, meeting him for real, or I had no interest in having Kyson meet them. Because it's like, I'm not about to be bringing people in and out of his life, because no. So y'all know that I'm in a secure space if they've met, and just like anyone else, like, he's met my parents, my whole family. Like, we all hang out all the time. Like, this is like a real relationship, y'all. Like, this is not like for show. This is not a cute little, ooh, hoo, hoo, let's take pictures and post it. Oh, I'm gonna pop out. Like, this is not, no, like, this is like, we like locked in. Yeah, they're great together. And I do want to keep some stuff like just personal that just means like a lot to me, and like more of like the intimate things I try to keep more so to myself, because at the end of the day, like, two things I really, really just appreciate and care for, and I'm really considerate of, is just my family, my child. Like, I said two things, but like the things that I try to protect a lot is just like my child, my relationship, my family. Like, all things like that is kind of just like, not everything is like a joke, and not everything is like for content. You know what I mean? Like, I just really want to live in the moment and appreciate these things. And one of those things is the relationship that my boyfriend and my son have. And that's without me even having to be a middleman. Like, I could not be in the room and it's like, they having a blast. So I just really love that. Dang, I'm about to get emotional, because it's just like, wow. Like, I never really, honestly, like, to be in this space and all the doubts that I've had in the past, like, y'all could only like imagine. You don't even know. Because even though my son is still a child, his feelings matter too, and who I introduce him to is important. Like, I don't take that lightly at all. Okay, how is dating and having a toddler? My son is a professional cock blocker. Heard, sis, heard. Okay, I feel like a kid is gonna be a kid, period. Like, they gonna cock block. Like, they're gonna ask questions. They're gonna be tugging on you while you trying to get some like personal time. Like, it's just, that's their job at this point. Let it happen. Or like, I don't know. It's like you have to separate the two almost. It's like you have your time with all of y'all, and then if you really need that personal time, you have that time. Whether it's after hours, whether it's just while your child is with a sibling or their grandparent. Now we need to have our time. But honestly, like, if that person is really comfortable with you and what comes with you, it's like, it's not an inconvenience. It's not like the worst thing ever. It's just like, they're just like there. Like, we just all do the activity together, or we all hang out together. Like we'll just take Kyson to the jumpy place together. Like, I don't know. It's just, you just gotta get used to it. But I hear you, sis. Without getting too deep, if we really talking just surface level, yeah, they gonna cut block. Sometimes you be like, dang, relax. Can I have my moment? Like, chill. But you just gotta like laugh it off, really. How is your intercourse life during and after your current relationship, especially as a single mom? Okay, so DM me. I feel like that's the question for the DMs. And I really be getting vulnerable into my DMs. If you know, you know. Like, we can really talk. We're going to leave it there. Because I don't think the whole world should know. Or however many people watch this should know about my, you know. Yeah. Have you ever tried courting instead of dating? No sex. Absolutely. Like, absolutely. I definitely do not open my legs for everybody that I date. Let's get that straight. And in my personal opinion, you shouldn't either, because I had to realize how strong of an energy that is and how it can really affect you and your mental and the whole soul ties and all of that type of stuff. And also, maybe you just don't freaking want to. Like, I feel like it's not an obligation to do that when you're dating. And I really don't think you should. Like, me, like,
honestly, you lucky if you even,
Actually, courting is way better, which is why for almost a year, y'all, I was celibate, because it's like I got to a point where I was like, don't touch me. Don't touch me, my guy. Like, for real, y'all. For real. Like, I know I was joking about it on like my TikTok and stuff like that, about being like asexual and stuff, but it was really like dark humor. Like, that was really facts. Like, I had to look that junk up, y'all. As soon as I found that definition, you could not tell me nothing. I said, yeah, I'm asexual. I said, I don't know what's going on. But that's how old it just got to me. And I was like, does anyone actually care anymore? So I feel like it's so important to actually court and to actually date and leave that out of it and see what you're actually left with. See what's actually being presented to you or what you can offer. What? Ooh, ooh, ooh. I gotta hype myself up because I'm making this video by myself. But like, y'all must not have heard me. What do you have left to offer outside of intercourse? Let's talk about it. Ooh, y'all not hearing me. Anyways, next question. Okay. Ooh, and then we get into the last juicy question. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Recommendations about being a single father. Okay, I love this because usually all my questions is like from the girlies, but the fathers are important too. Like, so I feel like my recommendations for being a single father is really the same as being a single mother. Which is, you just have to have a strong mindset. You have to know the end goal and what your motivation is, and just come to terms with reality, which is that you are a single parent. You're doing it alone. I don't know if your situation is the same as mine, but I don't get co-parenting help. Like, I just don't. And that's just that. So when it comes to being a single parent, what do I have to do for the day? What do I have to get done? How can I show up for my child? How can I have a well-balanced life along with being a parent? Along with trying to find a love aspect in things, along with staying on top of my responsibility as far as cooking, cleaning, teaching your child and enhancing them and making sure they have everything that they need for a well-rounded, fulfilled life. Like, all of that is so important. There's so many different factors when it comes to being a single parent that you're trying to juggle and not have any shortcomings, but also in the same sense, like, give yourself some grace, because you're only one person. And that's why I take my mental so serious. Like, if I need a break, I'm gonna take a break. If I need to go on vacation, oh baby, you gonna see me at the beach. Like, the same money that I would put aside for one thing, I'm gonna put it aside to take all of us on a vacation. Like, it's like prioritizing, because if you can't show up for yourself, you cannot show up for other people. And I don't care who that is. I don't care if it's your boyfriend, your child, your grandmother, the work field. Like, you have to be secure within yourself first. So I hope that kind of helped to answer the question. Last question that I don't freaking know why everybody is speculating this. I don't know. Okay, maybe everyone's not speculating it. Maybe it was just a few people, but I've just seen little things and I keep getting like hints on like if I'm next and like people around me are getting pregnant again and stuff. So the question is baby number 2 on the way? Y'all, baby number 2, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Okay, so one of my recent posts, I had made it was like a last minute post. It was like International Women's Day. And so I had put a whole bunch of clips together of just like women empowerment and like a whole bunch of little clips. So it was like me and, you know, certain settings and creator events and working out and just doing uplifting stuff. And the other thing is being a mother, like especially with my journey. So I was just throwing clips together or whatever. And at the end, I had posted an old clip of me like pregnant at my OBGYN appointment. But it was an old clip, like that was like from 3 years ago. So I guess people thought that was from now. And so people were saying congratulations, like, or not people, y'all, if you follow me on Instagram, was saying like congratulations. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. This was not an announcement. Hold up, pause. It was not an announcement. My answer is we both agreed that we want to start a family. And we are both in agreement that a family is marriage with kids. Y'all will not see me with another kid without a ring on my ring finger. Okay. I'm gonna make it clear to y'all how I made it clear to my boyfriend, how I made it clear to the man above. And yes, in the near future. Anyways, y'all, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. I'm so glad I was able to update y'all just on life. Once again, if you haven't seen the first part to this, and also my vacation vlog, my first vacation, y'all. So fun. It's a vibe. Like, that is going to be forever one of my favorite videos just to look back on. But yeah, if you want to see the vibes and meet Bae for the first time, I guess, like, then go watch that video. But other than that, I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, NAYvy.